Yes, everybody, what's going on? My name is Stephen Howson, joined by Ryan and Casey, and this is Paddock Brew. It's actually Howson's brewing it, but you know what? It's Paddock Brew, essentially. Ryan's gone for a coffee because he's hungover like a motherfucker.
I didn't actually think. I woke up this morning and my dad was like, "You all right?" Went, yeah, I'm not too bad. And I don't normally get that hungover, but it got to about 11:30, 12 o'clock. And it hit me all over again.
Yeah, mute the volume in the corner, otherwise it's just going to come back up again in a bit. The corner, no, the other corner. The actual corner. Jesus Christ. What is it? Sort him out, will you? Fuck me. Afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. No, I don't really slap it. I mean, actually go and mute the fucker in the corner. Fucking Christ. We were starting off all right then. Can't get the fucking staff, can you? Should we say Mitch tried to bring me a brew, not in the Paddock Brew mug. And then I asked for more milk, and he's just gone and sat down with a fucking Lucasade.
Mine's pretty alright, I'm not going, nothing wrong with mine.
Shall we try this again, shall we? Fucking hell. What's happening, everybody? Did you have a good weekend?
We're alright. For once, I wasn't too depressed after the football, which was good.
Don't know how, he was absolutely smashed.
Yeah, that's true.
To be fair, when you walked up, I didn't think you could see.
Honestly, I said to my dad when we left, said first 25 minutes I couldn't see. Everything was just a blur.
And we gave him the GoPro.
As I left him outside Hotel Football, I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea or not. He's absolutely steaming.
No way. It was good.
He didn't lose the GoPro. He got out safe.
Do you remember the goal?
Yeah.
Just. It was a minute there.
Just.
Who scored it?
Rashford.
Who assisted it?
James.
Do you remember that, or do you just know that?
No. Both. Sort of.
Get your questions in, everybody. We'll answer the questions as we go in. Casey, I believe you've got some quotes that you've kept away from me all day to see my live reaction to.
Okay, so I told you some of them, but I'll give you. Obviously, we've got the Jurgen Klopp quotes, which we were going to talk about.
He's off his fucking rocker, by the way.
Yeah. But I'll start with the one I haven't told you.
Okay.
So Rafael van der Vaart.
Right, now go back. You say Rafael van der Vaart at the moment looks like he's doing what for a living?
Looks like playing darts.
Okay, carry on.
So yeah. Said that Harry Maguire, he's seen 2 to 3 Sunday League players who can do what Harry Maguire does. He doesn't rate him at all.
Does that even warrant answering?
I just thought I'd put it. That was something, and obviously Liverpool fans have picked that up. And he said if Harry Maguire's worth 75 million, Van Dijk's worth 300 million.
Jesus Christ. Wasn't worth 300 million when he slipped on his arse going up against Rashford yesterday.
That is the quote.
Where do you even begin to it's almost like when people go, the earth's flat, and you go, well, hang on. Do I even bother arguing with you here? Because you're so clearly mental. Yeah. This is such a mad point that I just look even stupider responding to you, don't I? So, do we just...
It's just a weird level to go to. Like, Sunday League,
mushrooms are legal in Holland, aren't they?
I think there's a lot of stuff that's legal in Holland.
Let's leave it at that and move on.
Fair enough.
Next one.
Okay, we obviously have the Jurgen Klopp one. Martin Atkinson didn't give the pen because he knew that VAR was there, so he knew that if he was wrong, VAR would overrule it. Therefore, he didn't give a clear foul on Origi. And obviously, I think he said something about there was 2 hands in the handball. So he tried to say that Lindelof also handled it, so it shouldn't have been given.
I actually haven't watched it back. Is that true?
Basically, it bounces off Mane's hand accidentally, but it's in a goal scoring opportunity, so it matters. And then it bounces off Lindelof's, I think, and then
after it's bounced off Mane's.
So basically, he's saying that VAR don't work, but then not understanding the concept of VAR. Because I said to you earlier, I was like, the thing with the VAR was, he's like, oh, Martin Atkinson knew the VAR was there, so he knew it would overrule it. VAR's only used in goal-scoring situations. There was no way that Martin Atkinson could have known when Liverpool were... Origi went down at the attacking third of United's end of the pitch, that it was going to get kicked up the pitch and they were going to score from it, directly. There's no way that he would have known that VAR overruled that. He would have blown up straight away. The fact is, as soon as that ball goes past the halfway line, or there's no advantage given, that's it gone.
Yeah, it was nonsense anyway. And having watched it back, well, no, it probably wasn't a foul. And the fact that he only gave a single yellow card, I think it was the only one that he eventually gave.
It was to Fabinho.
Yeah, and that was in the 70th minute. And you think, Jesus Christ, there were so many yellow card opportunities prior to that. Well, it was just one of them that it wasn't going to get given as a foul. There were so many other things not given as fouls that could have been given as fouls that you just think, shut the fuck up, mate. Jesus Christ.
The fact is, it wasn't clear and obvious. Like, even if there was contact, there wasn't enough to warrant it. And the fact is that Origi's...
He goes down holding the other foot as well.
Origi's reaction is, one, he goes down like he's been pushed. If I'm watching that on VAR, I'm going to be looking for a push, which you don't see. And the second thing is, he goes down holding the wrong leg. Like, he can't even remember, like, 2 seconds later, which leg he's supposedly been kicked on. So, like, what are you meant to do? Like, if you're looking at VAR... Like, if it would be given a yellow for simulation, because he's obviously trying to,
well, he has simulated, hasn't he? Because he's gone down so, like, dramatically.
He was going down anyway before Lindelof hit his knee.
Yeah, it's just a little
because his touch was pinged off.
And then obviously I've seen Liverpool fans trying to say, put the handball rule, saying, oh, they haven't done handball right because if it's accidental, it don't matter. But let me just put this out as just a general appeal. Just read it again, please, Liverpool fans. Just make my day. Just read it.
You've not seen him calling Martin Atkinson racist?
You don't actually have... Yeah, I saw that one as well. Yeah.
Like, if a handball is in handball is in the build up to a goal, no matter whether it's accidental or not, if it helps in the aid of scoring a goal, like, it is a handball no matter what. Like, it's to say, if you handball the ball into
a net... It's been like that for a decade,
It's been like, it used to be if you handball it into the net, but you say if it's an accidental one, it bounces off you, and then you go and shoot and score. But now they're saying if any handball in the build-up to a goal don't count, because the fact is you gain an advantage by handling the ball, even if it was accidental. So...
Just drop your arms off.
Exactly. Do the David Luiz and just go around like that.
But even that, you can still hit you in the elbow as your elbows are sticking out. Right. Unless you're a contortionist that can, like, break your collarbones and actually fold your shoulders behind you like a Harrier jump jack.
Yeah, Steve does that. Steve does that in the office.
Yeah, I do that.
Off camera.
I do that. I'm flexible like that. Me, I'm not, but you know. Yeah, I just, like, lost his shit with a fourth official. Like... I'm surprised they didn't try and ban Jose Mourinho for Klopp losing his shit the way he did yesterday. Is Jose kicks a water bottle or throws a load of water bottles on the floor, banned. Klopp could basically assault someone and nothing would be said. The
worst one with Klopp, I think it was a few years back. I think it's when they played Chelsea at Anfield. And I think they scored in the last minute. I think it was Wijnaldum got an equaliser against them. And he literally runs up in the fourth official's face, screams in his face, "We cannot be beaten." If that, like I say, if that was Mourinho, he'd be absolutely crucified for it.
It's a joke. The guy gets away with so fucking much, and I don't understand it. Like, the way he just loses it all the time, that's not good.
Like when he ran on the pitch against Everton last season as well.
Yeah.
And nothing said about it.
It's a joke, innit? Ollie come out with some good stuff yesterday. The basketball one was good. Someone just mentioned in the thingy... in the comments, Ollie's actually seems like he's relaxed a little bit and he's sort of almost having fun a little bit in the press conferences. But I wonder if he's been told, yeah, we fucked up in the summer and your job's probably safe, don't fucking get us relegated and we'll see what happens. Because I think if we did get, I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if we did get relegated, I think you'd probably be like, okay, we know this team's not good, but it's not fucking relegation bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's a fucking solid mid-table team.
So that's for Rob.
But it's not fucking relegation fodder, is it?
Do you think they think about sacking him if we finished bottom half of the table? So say like 11th.
I think you'd have to look at the circumstances, because if we haven't got Pogba, Marshall or Shaw or whatever for the whole season, I think you can make a case that that's probably about where that team should finish.
I mean, there's other stuff, there's cup runs and stuff that could influence our decisions.
I'll say Fergie in 1990.
It's an interesting one. I think
13th win the cup.
Yeah, I think his job's safe. I mean, like, I think was it Chelsea that came 7th and 10th and they won the Champions League and sort of on the Europa League.
Listen, we said it a couple of weeks ago. Get relegated, win the Europa League, so we're in the Championship and in the Champions League next year.
That fixture congestion would
hilarious. But also, if Liverpool do the thing that we don't want them to do and that we won't mention them doing, then it takes all the shine off them doing that as well. Because people won't know whether to praise United for winning the Champions League, Champions of Europe. You know, we're not even fucking close to being champions of the North West, but we are champions of Europe, so shut your mouth. Post-Brexit as well, which I think nullifies the current Liverpool side. I think as of next week, they're not allowed to call themselves champions of Europe anymore because they're not in it. technically. But yeah, I think the press would be so fucking confused as whether to kick off about United getting relegated or praise them for being champions that there would be so much nonsense written that everyone would forget Liverpool won a title. Fucking mint.
Small price to play for salvation.
I wouldn't like to see us relegated, but I would take the fucking lemonade of being in the Championship and fucking enjoy the shit out of it.
Imagine having Wigan away and then
mint.
PSG at home.
And Brentford. Yeah. And then Brentford, we've got a right run next month. We've got Brentford, Leeds and Juventus.
Jesus.
It's like when Ronaldo fails to score, it's like, come on, even Bamford did it. Oh, it's just
would be scenes.
It's a mad thing to think about.
Would be scenes.
We meant just for the pure fucking banter of it all. We're having it. United getting reported to the FA as you did for the women's match.
For what?
What for?
Have they said that we'd be the chance again? Have they done the chance?
Well, there was someone in this room that was fucking abused by the Scousers at the weekend, Rachel and Munich, in one sentence.
It's impressive for a Scouser that to have that sort of vocabulary.
In 4 words, actually.
In 4 words, and then when asked why, he went for it.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one.
Liverpool ain't winning the league, lads. Don't worry. Don't know about that again.
To be fair,
Leicester, go on, Leicester win it again.
I've been pretty certain that Liverpool are going to do it this year, but that game last night sort of made me think City had come here and beat us last night, I think, and a Championship winning team had come and beat us last night, and that's sort of played on my mind a bit.
Well, like we said, there was things that were positive to take positives from, and there was also the negatives and the reality of we're so fucking far away from them. Like we all said, didn't we? If we was going to win that game yesterday, it was never going to be that we was going to turn up, dominate 65% of possession, create chance after chance after chance, win 3-0 and then fucking walk off swinging our dicks in the sunset. That was never going to be in any way, shape or form how it went down last night. It was always going to be, can we scab a goal and hold on?
Which I do prefer to do against Liverpool anyway.
It's very funny. It was when the VAR rolled out that
Marnie brilliant. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Just seeing how many Scousers are in the comments.
Are there quite a few? Or is it?
One of them saying, I'm here to laugh at yous. Yous isn't a word, by the way. You're all, and you spelt you're wrong, going to town celebrating a draw against the current champions of Europe. No one celebrated a draw. In fact, everyone went, I'm pretty good at that, actually.
Pretty good, because we should have beat them.
We should have beat you.
Yeah.
And Joe, what? You wasn't shit. We made you look shit. I firmly believe that. We made you look shit yesterday. Ronan says, I wonder if Pereira will disappear for another couple of months. Yeah, it's probably right. Probably right. Irish Atheist says, what are you guys drinking? Tea and 2 coffees. As I was saying, Ryan's on coffee because he's a drunken bum yesterday.
And he doesn't trust anyone to make his cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't know what's all that about.
I just
feels like there's a story.
Threat of being poisoned.
There's not really a story behind it. I'm just a bit. I have high expectations of tea, and when they don't reach them expectations, I get a bit disappointed. Whereas
so
coffee,
have coffee.
Yeah, I like coffee anyway.
I mean, I don't mind tea, but like if you probably not. If you offered me tea or coffee, I'd always take a coffee.
Yeah.
It's just not my drink of choice.
Scousers really are in the comments. So
it's because you put
salty.
Klopp just getting.
Apparently, Ollie channeled his inner Fergie and paid the refs. Do you have any evidence of that, Mark Johnson? I don't fucking think you do. Yeah. Lewis Carroll, the internet cafes of Liverpool are rammed today since none of them have got broadband.
You'll probably have them just come over from people from Manchester and nick it and suck it back.
If you do get the internet cafes to subscribe, that'd be great.
Was Rashford being taken off the wrong decision? We have covered this a little bit. I don't think it was the wrong decision because he was absolutely knackered. Absolutely dead. And so was James. And so was a couple of others. Like Pereira had stopped running. Rashford had pretty much stopped doing the same level of running. James had kind of stopped running. And we had nothing that could replace that. Like I said, like even bringing on Williams and sticking him up front. Now, is he a striker? Absolutely not. I've seen him play virtually every, including centre-half, every position bar playing up front. But the energy and the press that you'd get from him, because let's be honest, we was not seeing any of that ball anyway. So it just would have been to keep that momentum of a press going.
I was surprised there was no Garner. I know like you don't really want to give him the pressure of like oh, they're just going to be coming on to you and trying to score. But he has shown that he gets around in midfield and he tries to get the defensive numbers, everything. Like, just to have more legs in the midfield. Then I thought you were going to whisper something to me.
No, didn't want to
stop talking.
Burp right on camera, microphone.
No, but I feel like I would have brought him on. Him and Greenwood, I would have said. Martial, you got to probably give out a bit of a run out, and it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was the wrong choice. I would have said there was other subs I would have done other than that one.
But not like if you'd had Lingard for 30 minutes to replace exactly what James was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like for like, and you would have got the same energy.
That's why you needed the legs, and I don't think Martial's fully like match fit again to give you those legs. Like, he swapped for Rashford, but he didn't look sharp. And I mean, there wasn't really much of a sample size to go off, but he still didn't look that sharp. So I just feel like again, it's lack of personnel. So, but it was an awkward one. It was a very bad piece of defending. The ball was allowed to go straight across the box. And Adam Lallana put it in.
Adam fucking Lallana, of all people.
Yeah, that's a great one.
10 points after 9, not good enough. Averaging more than a point a game, though. We should be safe. Should mean we hit around about 42 points, I reckon. On a serious note, like even a win yesterday wouldn't have hidden the fact that it's been a shocking start to the season. It'd have been great to get a win. We obviously didn't get that. I think what's more important now is probably picking up 2 wins out of our next 2. I don't know how I feel about the Chelsea game. Obviously, I always want to see us win. But like, if we went out of the cup, I think it'd probably be a bit of a blessing for us, in the League Cup especially. Unless he's just going to completely youth it out. I'm not sure he's going to do that. I think he's still going to go fairly strong.
I think Chelsea at the moment have enough players to rotate and have enough like quality. And the thing is, they have enough players that understand what they want to do. I don't think like it's going to be the 4-0 result was a freak result, and I definitely like it would be a freak result against like Chelsea as they were then. Like, now they're playing quite good football. They have people who understand the rules, or what. Like,
I hope they understand the rules.
I meant the
professional football should know the laws of the game.
I was going for roles. Don't know why I said rules. But like, Mason Mount's obviously been doing well. Tammy Abraham's got a decent scoring run. Like, I feel like you put a team out, put a young team out. You give them.
They've got the facilities to be able to do that on the pitch, whereas we haven't. Like, Mount and Abraham look really good because of the players we've got around them. Whereas if we introduce the likes of Gomez and Greenwood, they don't look to that level because of who they've got around.
As I've said before, I said it to my mate, 'cause one of my mates is a Chelsea fan. Kante allows for them to do a lot because he's that player who doesn't do much in terms of. I mean, he has scored. He plays that doesn't do that much in terms of numbers, but he makes up for a lot of mistakes. Like, if a player has a mistake in him, you can kind of rely on Kante to be there to clean it up. So it allows for the team to take more risks. So I'd love to have Kante in. I'd already play like him, but we don't have that. So
no, I think you're right. And I was trying to pick my 11 before for Partizan. Did we actually find out if Matic is out?
I think Mitch said Matic was out.
Commenters, let me know. Have you heard anything about Matic being out? Because if Matic is available, I wouldn't mind bringing him in to play alongside Garner. I don't think he's going to play Garner alongside another youngster. I think for his debut, you always want him to be surrounded a little bit.
Especially you want Matic in a game.
Partizan away as well.
Yeah, Partizan away.
It's an hard one to come in too, isn't it?
We're throwing chairs at him.
Partizan away is an absolute mental one.
They set fire to their own stadium. Like, just madness. Like, they have fights with themselves. Like, how can you go to a ground where it's like the home fans fighting the away fans? No, it's the home fans fighting the home fans, and then they just like glare at you while they've just got like the mate in a chokehold. Like scare anyone.
Is Gomez injured? No, I don't think so. Matic is fit, but just not preferred. Okay, let's hope that's the case then, because I would like to see him feature. I think Brandon starts. I'd like to say Garn starts. I think that became a possibility by him being on the bench yesterday, I think.
I think it'd be good for Rashford to finally get a rest, though.
Damn right. But he's still going to travel, isn't he? Which means he's on train.
But the thing is, though, do you need to take him?
And if someone else says Matic is out, he's going to travel. Because if someone goes down in the warm-up, you just left yourself with like Greenwood up front on his own. It's not a good look, is it?
I guess.
I mean, we discussed this in the podcast, which is probably going to come out tomorrow. But I feel like Gomez just isn't going to get the chances this season, and that's probably unlucky for him because I don't feel like he suits the pressing style.
You're wrong.
Okay.
You're wrong. Because I would have said that, but we jibbed into training, didn't we, in Aussie? We saw them doing 4 pressing drills, and Angel was probably one of the standout performers, one or two, where you went, oh shit, like I think he's going to feature this year because that's outrageous. Now, yeah, he's not the quickest, he's certainly not the most physical, but it's like playing football with a puppy. Like, he's just got that agility that most normal-sized humans don't have. He's got an outrageous agility because he's so small. His centre of gravity is ridiculous. You can't compete with that. I can't compete with that. And when he comes up against players like Matic, how's Matic going to be able to outmaneuver him? How's a 6'4" defender going to be able to outmaneuver someone like that? He can cut off them passing lanes quicker. He can go left and right 3 times before your eyes have gone left and right 3 times. So I actually think that the pressing game suits them smaller players like James and Lingard and Gomez very well.
We've seen City be quite successul with that, though, like Bernardo Silva. And
or Barcelona, them units that they had at Barcelona, Messi, etc.
Pedro,
Iniesta, Midgets, I think they're called.
Yes.
Darcy Sweeney says Jimmy Garner needs far more game time. He should be taking Fred's minutes. Now, this is what I hope happens in Europe. I hope that these guys get minutes like Brandon did. Brandon's now establishing himself as part of that first team squad from nowhere a month ago, essentially. In a month, he's made his Cup debut, he's made his Europa debut, and now he's made his league debut. And I hope that's the sort of... I mean, obviously, we've already seen Garner last season, but I want to see Garner make that level of progression. The fact that Ollie turns to him and brings him on against Liverpool tells me that he's thinking about him, or tells me that he's moved and changed, because he didn't go on tour. So this is someone who in the last 6 weeks has put himself to the fore and found himself in the squad. And I think he's got a very real chance of becoming the first choice left back at the squad before the end of the season. I think he can overtake Luke Shaw, and he can certainly overtake Ashley Young. So there's an opportunity for him to be there. And I hope someone sits him down and says, fuck everything else off in your life. Got a bird, sling it. Fucking sell your PlayStation. Do whatever the fuck you need to do and just fucking live like a bastard monk watching videos of Maldini and Evra for the next 6 fucking months, because this 6 months could define the rest of your fucking life, mate. Because if he gets in and he does such a good job where United, like Rashford did, go, we're probably not going to spend 50 million on somebody else. Like, why do Chilwell if he's just going to save that money? You can use that money elsewhere, because we're not going to have an unlimited budget. And if you have to take a first choice left back out of your budget, you're not going to get another midfielder or a right winger, which we definitely do need.
Especially in the market that we have now.
Yeah, because we get quoted 100 million. Like, it doesn't matter who we found out. Like, I've not even told you who I want yet. Okay, go on then. Oh yeah, 100 million. Like, everybody we want 200 million. Harry Kane, 200 million. Sorry. Yeah. So I want to see him given and take that opportunity, because we're probably not going to replace Shaw in the winter. He'll probably be given opportunities after January to be able to try and get back into the team, or someone is. But I hope Brandon just fucking blocks him out. And I hope whatever he I don't want to see him go fucking shopping. I don't want to see him on fucking Twitter. Just fucking train your little arse off and take someone's fucking soul and take their spot. And that's it. That's all he needs to do.
It's like you just said there, out of all the prospects that we've got at the minute, he's probably the best placed to, in terms of the people he's got in front of him.
Yeah,
because Shaw's injured every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Ashley Young.
Yeah.
Dalot, he can play left back, but he's injured quite a lot. So he's probably got the best chance of...
is he as talented as Greenwood? No. Is he as talented as Gomez? No. Is he as talented as Levitt or Garner or any of these other players? No. The truth is probably not. But his attitude's perfect. His physicality is fucking perfect. He's unhinged as fuck. He's got that snide, dirty element to him. He's captained United last year. There's a leadership element about the kid. There's a lot of fucking massive positives. Like, he almost reminds me a little bit of Gary Neville, where you'd have overlooked him. You'd have looked at Giggs and Rafi Burke and even Nicky Butt, Nicky Butt scored a lot of goals, or Paul Scholes or Beckham in those teams. But Gary Neville's actually the one who made his debut first and goes on to play how many games for United. Like, Williams could do the same sort of thing, albeit at left back. It's where you get your chances. Look at if you'd have said 2 years ago to Crystal Palace fans, you're going to sell Wan-Bissaka for 50 million and he'll be a fullback. They'd be like, that winger that's not even fucking playing in the academy. Are you off your fucking head?
That winger that's doing a training grill next week and we're just going to stick him at right back. What are you on about?
Yeah. But that's how it can be, and 6 months is all you need. 6 months is all Wan-Bissaka needs to establish himself in the Crystal Palace first team ahead of our boy Fosu Mensah. They had Fosu Mensah in there and they loved him at first, and then he came to the fore, Wan-Bissaka, and it was like, well, we're not going to fucking develop someone else's kid.
I remember it was I think Leroy Sané said that Fosu Mensah was like the hardest opponent he's ever faced because he just was all over him.
He's rapid though as well, isn't he?
And he got injured, and then Wan-Bissaka just got in the team and they just never put him back in.
I think going into next season, if you're looking at a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Tuanzebe and Williams, I think that's an exciting back four, definitely.
Absolutely, and all English, scarily. Someone just said something. It was AK says right-footed left back equals a joke. He isn't Maldini. If it works, it works. People would have said, I remember. Oh shit, who was it? Was it Malbranck? Was one of the first sort of inside forwards that you sort of saw that was, or a winger that was the wrong foot, and he would come inside, and then it became the fashion to have that. Well, the way fullbacks are evolving constantly and becoming such a massive part of the game, why can't a right-footed left back do bits?
Yeah,
and he's also someone who's not scared of using his left foot. You know, his left foot's certainly nowhere near as strong as his right, but he has got a left foot that he's capable of putting a left-footed crossing.
If he can put left-footed crossing, then that's all he really needs to do. Like, if it's not always going to be quality, but it at least adds unpredictability to his game. Because the fact is, like, how many right-footed left-backs a team's going to come up against? If he can put in a cross with his left foot, but then he can bang one in with his right, that instantly causes problems for other defences or other players because they just don't know what he's going to do. So it's obviously we're not saying he's Maldini. Like, that's just like a big step up, massive step up. But like, we're saying that he obviously has the mentality and everything to get there.
Yes, AK, loads of comments actually from here saying, like, what do you think? What makes you think he can become a proper left back? Well, I've just seen him do a full season at left back, and it makes no sense. But when you see what the job of a full back is, a lot of the time it's just keeping the ball going, or it's being involved in link-up play. Very rarely are you seeing fullbacks utilised the way Liverpool utilise them, where they're pumping crosses in all the time. You look at the way City use their fullbacks. They're another man as a pivot that sort of like brings others around, and they're playing short little 5 and 10 yard passes. They're not necessarily doing these whipped crosses in. There's loads of ways to involve fullbacks. There's a conversation going on which I can't find the beginning of because I'd like to see what someone said. Why do we need to get Maddison when we can put Pogba at the 10 and Gomez behind him and then buy Ndidi? I probably would go in a slightly different way with that. But someone was saying Gomez is a 10. I'm not sure on Gomez. I don't like him with his back to goal, to be honest. The best I've seen out of Gomez is when he's facing forward. He reminds me a lot of Iniesta. I wouldn't have called Iniesta a 10. I'd have called him a very attacking number 8. Almost in a bit what you see out of Kevin De Bruyne at City at the moment. Not quite a 10. Certainly not a box-to-box midfielder. Certainly not a combative number 8. But an attacking number 8. A ball-playing number 8. A playmaking number 8. But I know England, all the way through the ages, have used Angel as a 6.
6.
It doesn't make a lot of sense on the face of things, but Angel with the ball at his feet has got the vision to play that Carrick and Pirlo kind of role. Certainly not the physical number 6 that you would think that United probably need, to be honest. Angel's got a bit of a problem in that he needs to be in a team that's going to dominate possession. He's going to look world class. If he was at City at the moment, people would be pantless watching him. But he's at United, and often we're going to struggle. And if you're a team that plays without the ball, I don't really think Angel's the man for you. But if you're going to have a significant proportion of possession, Angel's fucking outrageous. The vision and intelligence and the decision making on him make no sense. They're so fucking good. And I think he can play 6 or 8. Probably even or 10, but I certainly would like to see him alongside another creative midfielder as an 8.
Would you say that he could play the role that Pereira's playing now? Because Pereira's playing like a very weird right-sided player. Like, obviously...
No, probably not. Not if we're playing 4-2-3-1. because there's got to be a bit more pace about him in those wider areas, and that is Angel's weakness, pace and strength, and and that's why Jose Mourinho, I don't get why he debuted him, because he was never going to play him. He was never playing him. Yeah. But Angel's got such a good touch. Like, his touch is outrageously good. And he's really worked on the attributes that was going to make him, the things that he can actually do. If he tried to play like Lukaku or something like that, he's never going to do it. Or Zlatan. Like, he's stuck to what he's good at, and he's honed those skills, and he's fucking elite at some of them.
It's probably why Barcelona are looking at him. I think I've heard that Barcelona want to try and pick him up when his contract ends.
He's that sort of player, and you can see him at Barca.
If he was in Spain, he'd be fucking sensational.
Yeah. Midfield of him, Arthur, and De Jong.
I know it's a long shot, but how incredible to have a midfield of Pogba, McTominay and Niguez. For me, if we went and bought a lot of good players, McTominay, even though he's looking great, I probably wouldn't have him as a first choice though. When I did the 5 signings to make United started again, I had Decore and Eriksen, and I would have played those both alongside Pogba. Yeah.
I think the benefit of if you was to sign someone like Niguez is a very weird player in it. He can do a lot of things. Like, he plays out on the left. I think it might be. I think it's the left. Occasionally for Atletico, but he just gets about and he just kicks people. But then he has you think he's just one of those players like the Herrera style where he just kind of gets into people. But then he just goes and absolutely pings a ball like Pogba can, and it's just a mad player to have. Like, if you had that sort of midfield with Pogba, with how he's been playing recently, where he's actually been trying to get stuck in a lot more. If you had 3 of trying to get stuck in, but also ball playing ability, because even McTominay, when he's given the chance to do it, can play a ball quite well. It'd be very an interesting midfield to have. Of just people who would just get in.
We lost Herrera. We basically lost everything. And I think if we replaced Herrera properly, and I really need to look into who could really do that. And I'm not sure you go like for like. I think you maybe change focus.
But you probably want to look at someone a bit more better on the ball than Herrera.
It was such a weird one because PSG signed 3 defensive midfielders, all 3 of which would have probably worked all right. Like Paredes in January, who was actually quite a bit
of
a come back then Idrissa Gueye, and then we let them have Herrera. So it's like
he wouldn't have been a bad shout to replace Herrera.
Idrissa Gueye, yeah, big fan of Idrissa Gueye. PSG are interested in Eriksen. Could see that one happening for them, to be honest. Brentford ain't a bad team. My mate supports them. I didn't say it was a bad team. I'm just saying it'd be quite funny playing them one week and Juventus the next. We'll only get Saul if Pogba leaves. We'll only go back to 4-2-3-1. I think he will. What do you reckon on Thursday night? I think that's the default formation he's worked on.
Unfortunately, yeah, I think he will go back to that.
I feel like he just doesn't have the players to play anything else, and obviously, we don't need to be playing 5 at the. Hopefully, don't need to really be playing 5 at the back against Partizan.
I'd hope not. Kin Canton now 14 says, so why don't we get a possession-based manager if someone like Gomez would have brought the creativity and flair to the side? I don't think this is that simple, to be honest. And bringing in a manager to get the best out of one player who may or may not stay because his contract's up, and he's in the academy and he's played 2 games for you, is a little bit giddy, innit?
And also, I'd say the possession style football is not as effective as it used to be. Like City, you've seen City getting beaten because City's one major thing was they play possession style football, but then they had Fernandinho in the middle who just went and was the guy who went and kicked 7 bells out of everyone up the field. So they wouldn't thinking. But now you've seen it as soon as they lose possession and they haven't had Fernandinho to go and do his job, they've been Run over by Adama Traore scored 2 against them. Norwich scored 3. The possession style's not really worked as well.
No, and possession for possession's sake is a lot of bollocks. But Ollie has played possession-based football before. I think he just looked at the characteristics of this squad and was certainly when we had a shit defence, he was let's play on the counter.
I mean, he has adaptable players like Lindelof, Maguire, and Tuanzebe. All are very physical centre-backs, but they also all have ball-playing ability. Yeah. So it's
wait a minute, Glenn Fletcher. Gomez will never make it as he's not commercially viable. The fuck does that mean?
He's trying to say he's not on Instagram. I think they're trying to say
what the fuck are you talking about? None of the academy players would make it if that was the case. No. Steve, what they're building on the back of the Stretford end, there is a disabled section going right at the back. They're building big lifts. I think 2 or 3 lifts that are taking stuff up there. There's lifts that are going to go up there and an observation deck because they're going right at the very back. They've got a little bit of a tiny extension at the back of the Stretford end for it. Thoughts on Matic leaving in January? Inter again. Fuck me. Have they got us on speed dial? Are we number one on speed dial?
I mean, if we replace him, like if Jimmy Garma gets blooded in and we buy another defensive midfielder, yeah,
I'd be happy to see him go
because he doesn't add anything now. He's not another body in the mid. Like you could say, oh, he is another body if someone gets injured, but the fact is he doesn't play the style of football. He has no willingness to play the style of football. He has no willingness to play. He seems to play under Solskjaer.
And he's the one that's seemingly coming out and chatting Macca about not happy with the different, like the archaic training, which Kieran McKenna takes training. Kieran McKenna was touted like a year ago as one of the brightest young coaches in football. So,
see, Matic was bought as a system player. Matic knew what he was good at, and so did Mourinho. Knew he was good at playing Mourinho's system, and probably now he's like, I'm not very good at this system. I don't like it.
Bruno and Pogba as 2/8s. I think Bruno's probably a bit more of a 10, if anything. I don't know. I would like us to disappear from the 10 altogether and go with a 4-3-3.
To be fair, like I'd say with Bruno Fernandes, he's not that sort. I think he is an 8. I think he's one of those players who gets up and down and he just gets on people's. Like
motherfucker has 7,000 shots a game though.
You know, that's what I mean. That's the thing. Like he gets into it. He gets stuck in like a lot. He'll get into the game. I think it was against Barcelona. You could see it. He was like niggling at like all the midfielders, getting the ball, passing it up, and then getting it, and just absolutely. Then he would absolutely boot it from distance.
Shank it.
It's like.
Well, he shanks a fair few. He's one of them, and he's like you throw enough fucking balls at enough coconuts, you win a fish.
And that's Pereira's logic when he plays, isn't it?
That's Rojo's logic.
If I shoot enough times,
that's Rojo's logic. Except you don't win a fish, you go home crying from the funfair.
Well, Rojo's never going to score one of those goals. I think he's probably scored one, and that's
in training.
Yeah, it just keeps him living on for it. But do you know what? I like Rojo yesterday, and whether he was partially at fault for the goal or not. I think coming in and having the game that he had at 10 minutes notice tops.
He's not a bad centre half. He's just a fucking lunatic, and he's always liable for a.
Like him and Baye, we thought at the time this is too much fucking hot sauce to have these two both play together. They was actually good together.
They had that run, didn't they? I remember was it the Chelsea game when Rashford and Herrera scored?
Yeah,
and Chelsea barely got a sniff.
And then just the pair of them just aggressive and intimidating, and there's not enough of that, I don't think, in modern football. Not enough of the intimidation.
Because I think Maguire's quite imposing. Not in terms of personality, but in terms of his stature. I think Tuanzebe as well.
Imagine he was like a bit more like unhinged.
Yeah, just a bit more of a nutcase. Yeah,
you saw against Liverpool yesterday. Rojo, at times you could see him itching just to go into someone, but he was like edging forward and stopping himself. You could just.
I think there was a run in Mourinho's first season where he was starting like quite a few games, and he literally could have been sent off in every single one.
Oh, there was that one
just
that challenge on a dressing.
There was one against Palace, one against Everton, all in the space with like
and
3 weeks.
Just
2 foots, 25-yard run-ups, just no fucking messing up.
Yeah, 25 yards run-ups, both feet leave the floor, both feet land on the leg. Like how is he not?
And he gets some goals
for nothing.
What did I do?
I got him on the back of my shirt once, which is weird because it's not really a name you get on the back of your shirt, is it? But
no. I mean, I have a Eric Bailly shirt. I can't really say much.
They were good together. I think Bailly probably saved his United career by getting injured. I think he was definitely going out the door. But he's another one who could redeem himself if he can stay injury free. I think Fosu Mensah's got half a chance now. He's back training. If they see him in training and he's sorted some of the off the field stuff out, then
to be fair, like you look at our potential defensive options, you've got. At the minute, it's Maguire and Lindelof first choice, and then behind that you've got Tuanzebe, Rojo, and Baye. It's not a bad,
not really.
Not a bad bunch of centre halves.
Besides a goalkeeper, it's probably the most stacked we've got. You want to be bollocks off? I think there's certainly positives to take out of that last week, but it means absolutely bollock all if we go to Serbia and get dicked.
And then got beat by Norwich on Sunday.
And go to Norwich and don't win our relegation 6-pointer.
Which, to be fair, you can probably see happening.
You can see both happening.
Shit.
How many cans of Red Bull do you reckon Rojo does? If you had to put like me, Jamie Vardy and Rojo in a row, who's doing the most and who's doing the least?
I don't think anyone gets anywhere near you. That's
what a load of bollocks. I've only had 3 today.
We had a pack of 12. I'm pretty sure you said
he's done half of them.
I had 1.
And that fucking diabetic knobhead has done that for him and all, trying to kill himself. Red Bull today.
I always love Cam's thing. It's just like, oh, I've got diabetes. And then just goes and gets some McFlurry and some chocolate bars and just eats them. And I'm like, how is the balance?
Not a suicide. Is this a suicide attempt? What's going on here?
Trying to off yourself with a dairy milk.
Righty, we're going to wrap it up from there. These two boys are back tomorrow with the podcast, so make sure you come and tune in. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I did see a comment before saying if someone's on the fence about joining my Patreon, then don't be. The content's well worth it. I do appreciate that comment. If you're interested in that, go head over to my channel or somewhere, or just fucking Google Howson Patreon and see all the different things that's in there. And I will see you guys in the next one, whenever that is. I guess it'll be a watch along on Thursday, won't it?
Yeah.
If come and join us for a watch along. I like to think it's the best watch along that you can get out there. It's the most sane one, at least, anyway. So we'll see you in the next one. Laters.